If you are one of those people who enjoys creating a Notion dashboard and making it perfect for hours on end before you even actually start utilizing it, then you're in the right place. Because I've spent the last week creating my personal curriculum and Notion dashboard to use in 2026 to help guide my self-learning journey. So we're gonna jump right into my Notion. I'm gonna give you a tour of my personal curriculum setup. So this is built out as like a framework and an outline. I have not started to build out my actual course curriculum yet. What readings I'm gonna do, what assignments I'm gonna create for myself, things like that. That's gonna be next week's video. Really important to me to be able to actually be using something is if I just have the outline already done for me. That's sometimes the hardest part. Okay, so here we are on my Notion dashboard. So if you're not familiar with how Notion works, basically you can kind of create an endless amount of pages. And a page is, as it sounds like, what you're looking at here is a page, and this page is nested in my library dashboard. So when I say dashboard, I just mean this is like a kind of main hub for whatever topic or subject I want to be holding the information. So for me, that's my personal curriculum. Thought it made sense to put it in my library. So here at the top of my dashboard, I have 2-3 column kind of blocks. This block right here for the navigation is something new that I have never done on a Notion page before, and I really love it. This is called a synced block. So basically I have links here to other pages within my dashboard. So for things like my courses, this synced block, if I copy and paste it on any page, it will sync, as the name suggests, and I can actually access it from any other page. So if I'm in my courses, I'm in my resources, or I want to go back to my home page, it will take me back there, and that lives on every page within it. It's just easy to kind of find your place and go back to your main dashboard. So these are basically just links to pages. And if you guys want a more like in-depth tutorial for stuff like this, I can definitely do that. But basically, if you ever want to do anything in Notion, add any kind of link or block or anything, all you need to do is do a /. And if you just type in something like for this one, for link, literally just do / link, and you can do a link to page. And then it will ask you what page you want to link to, and you can just type it in and link it. This is a widget from, where is it? Indify or something like that, where you can basically just make a free account and create a bunch of different widgets for your Notion. I would recommend not going overboard with the widgets because a lot of times they kind of can like break and go out of date, in my opinion. There's a lot of different like places you can make these widgets, but I do just like this little flip clock, and I think it matches nicely in the color scheme. This one is actually not a widget, but this is just an embedded Spotify playlist link. So again, for things like Notion, you can do a /, you can do embed. You can embed so many things in Notion. You can embed YouTube videos, pictures, Spotify links, GIFs, tons of things. You can embed it and it will just populate right in the page. It's an amazing feature. Then in my next 3 column block here, I have a basic to-do list, and these are my actual to-dos that I need to get done for continuing to build out this page. So building out my subject pages, building out the course curriculum template, compile all the videos and resources that I want to add to each of my courses. I'm not gonna do every single course and every single module for all my subjects, but I'm gonna just focus on the ones that I'm gonna be doing in the beginning of Q1 of 2026, which is right here where it says confirm Q1 course choices. I'm going to be very realistic about what I try and take on, especially in this first kind of quarter of the year. I'm going to be choosing what I want to focus on. I'm not going to try and dive into all 5 subjects right away. So then I just have a little quote here. This is an actual like quote block in Notion. Again, if you just do / quote, it'll give you this little kind of stylized version. And then over here, I just have another block where I will list the current courses that I'm working on. This is kind of what I'm assuming I want to focus on. I just think that's a nice little like at a glance for me to remember what I'm working on. And then eventually, once that course is built out, I can actually just link this by highlighting it and then clicking a link, and I can link to that course page right here so I can jump right into it. Moving down, we have my subject pages. Now this is the first database on my page. So again, if you're new to Notion, a database is just like it sounds. This is where Notion really houses information and where you can start to run a lot of automations, organization, linking things to each other. So I will say one thing about Notion, especially for something like this. If you are wanting to do any kind of tracking, organizing, learning curriculum, what I would suggest is Try and do your best to think about everything that you want to incorporate in that dashboard or database first. Because the way that it works is if you create kind of a big master database with all the information that you think you could need, you can basically go from big to small to smaller increments of information. You can start filtering things out. You don't have to always view the whole database and all the information that's in it. You can easily filter and specify what you want from within it, but you can't go backwards. So if you start really segmenting everything out, and like if you really start separating everything out where everything is in a separate page, is in a separate table, it's somewhere else, getting it all to talk together is going to be very difficult / impossible. So think of your database as like a master resource, and try and put, if you want to do it this way, if it's too much for you and you just want to be able to just have a page with a subject and have everything in there and not have things automated, not have things kind of talk to each other and not deal with all these links, if that's what works for you, of course do it. The point of this is to use it, right? And have it function for you. For me, I really like having everything kind of in like a master place where I can filter and see what I want to see, kind of have Notion do all these cool little organization things for me. So my subjects here are a database, and this is a gallery view, and that's how you get these little cards. So if I click into, and you can see that by this like kind of control panel right here, that's how you know that it's a database. So instead of just putting text on one singular page, adding photos and stuff like that, this is like a database of information. So if you go into the settings and you do the layout, this is a gallery. You can also have it in a calendar, in a table, in a board, in a list, all those things. I like to use the different kinds for different things. So if I go into my first subject, this is a page. And within this page, I have a link to another database. This is just the way that it made the most sense for me, is the subject is kind of like a landing page. It's a syllabus for everything that's going to be going into it in the future. So on this subject page, I can just throw in notes, I can throw in resources, I can have my courses, all the books that I have for these subjects. I haven't got there yet. But what I do have is a link to a database, which is all of my courses, and then I have it filtered by the subject, which is homesteading. So for example, in my French subject, I just really wanted to, this one's kind of more like immersive and fun for me. I wanted to really like get in the headspace for this one. So I have like, again, some Spotify playlists embedded and linked in my French subject page, as well as having the course curriculum down here. So when I have all the courses planned out, they will show here and they are filtered by this subject. And then an example on my space and metaphysics page, I recently was going through my tagged audiobooks in my library, and I remembered that I wanted to listen to this audiobook, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry by Neil deGrasse Tyson. So I just threw that in there for my resource materials. So those are my subjects. And then we're getting into the master database of it all, which is all of my courses. So you can see it has this little arrow here. This means this is a link to the master database, which actually lives up here. If I click in my navigation to my courses, this is a page for the courses. This is my master course database. I have put in some placeholders here. So you can see that I have the course name, the subject, which is a select tool. So I can edit. I can always go in and add more subjects as a property and tag each course. I have the start date, the quarter, which I'm going to be studying it, the duration of the course, which for me, it makes sense in my brain. I think I'm just going to be dividing things out in quarters. So a quarter will be 3 months. So January, February, March, and then each month will be one kind of module within that course. So each module will be a 4-week learning schedule. We'll see. I just want to be really realistic about what I actually have time for. And some weeks I might not have time or have the, motivation to do this, but giving myself a month to study one particular subject within my overall course, I think that's just what I'm going to do for now. This is where we get into like the most kind of granular, confusing part of this, but I really wanted the courses to be organized, because this is the part that I think is going to be hardest for me, is like actually building out the course curriculum. So right now I have like a sample course. So this is course 1 and then I have it in the brackets so that when I see it on a calendar, I know what subject it lives in. So say this is like course 1 for my homesteading, and it's gonna be raising chickens. That's the course. Okay, so then if I go to this toggle right here, you can actually see that I have sub items under this individual item. So the course is raising chickens, then I can do my modules. First one could be getting the proper chicken coop set up. What do I need to raise the chicks? Maybe my cost breakdown so that I can plan. The second one will be maybe what types of chickens do I want? Which ones are the quietest? Which ones produce the most eggs? All that kind of thing. Those can each be modules. So they live nested under my main course. So they're all tagged appropriately with the dates and the duration. So if I open this raising chickens course, let's open this in a bigger screen. Let's go to a full page look. So this is a course page. It has no parent item because it is the parent. And it also has a status for if I am working on it or not. And then you can see the sub items listed here. And then if we go into the meat and bones of the course, we're going to have a course overview, kind of just a summary of all the modules and what we're going to be focusing on for the course. I want to put in tangible learning objectives for what I actually want to know and what skills, if they're applicable, that I want to get out of this. Having a kind of goal and an objective makes it easier to kind of build out the course material. Then I have the course modules listed here, and then right here in this list, this is linked to the module page. Again, that's under that parent item. So this one specifically does say it has the parent item, which is raising chickens, has the duration, how long I'm going to be doing it, and then a similar thing. The module will have an overview or a name. It'll break down each week what we're studying. I can put in the required reading for this module, and then any assignments that I want to do for that, which can basically just be read this, read chapter 1, 2, 3 of this book, watch this video, make a list of what you need for this module, etc. So we just go back to the course's main hub. You can again see if we just toggle down, I can also access them from here, open them up in a little side peek, which is what Notion calls this when it opens up here. So I think that's gonna work. Again, I have not quite built out the actual timing, readings, what assignments were gonna be, things like that. We're gonna do that next week. But right now, I just wanted to get the kind of bones and structure of this. I really like how this kind of course database came together. I think that makes the most sense for my brain. So then I have another sample one here for astrology. That's going to be the other main thing that I want to focus on, just for kind of doing like a 2026 like forecast and learning some things about what's coming up in the year. So that'll be like the first course we do in Q1, and then we'll probably take a break in Q2 from astrology. This is the main hub where they will all live. I can also filter once I'm done with them in Q2. I can filter to not show my Q1 courses, but they still exist. So I have that archived in my Notion. It's not going to just be deleted, but I can filter it out so I don't have to look at it. So all those things I really love about this. I love those automations. So if we go back to my main personal curriculum dashboard, again, here we have the courses again. This is a linked view of the database in a calendar form so that I can see what modules and courses are going on, on the dates. And I have this, so it's just showing the modules, because the modules are what's going to be like week to week. I don't need to see that like the course starts on one day and then the course ends. The modules are really what I'm working on, because I know that a Q1 course is going to be for 3 months. So if you go to the settings here and you go to sub items, I want it to say include sub items only. I don't want to show the parent. So that's how I get that. So in a calendar view, for now I'm looking at it as a month view. While I build this out, it'll help me see that better. And then again, these are all clickable, and it will link back to that module that we showed that has all the information. So if we're in the layout and then show calendar as month, we can go down to week, which again, once I actually start using this in Q1, we will have it probably be like this. So it's more of a condensed, just what's happening that week. So for now, we'll leave it like that. And then lastly, down here, I haven't added the cute pictures for the cards for these, but I just wanted to put my reading goals. This is a separate database, but if I go into each goal itself, you can see that I have it linked to a subject that the subject that it relates to. So this one, I have it as a relation. If you go to add a property and then you go relation, right here, you can link it to an existing data source. So you can see that little arrow, that means it's basically related to that subject. And if I click it, it'll take me to my gardening page with all the courses and things like that. These are just like big picture things. So I didn't have them like linked to my course database because it's kind of gonna take, some of these things will take multiple courses, right? So successfully growing edible food, you know, I want to complete that by the end of next year. So that's going to encompass a lot of various courses and things like that. So that's why they're kind of separated. Build a 2026 garden plan, be able to read a book in French. Is that realistic for a year? Probably not, but you never know. We can have goals and we can always edit them as we see fit. And then preserve tomatoes from my garden. That is another goal that's going to directly relate. Again, it has that relation to the homesteading here. And I want to complete that by basically, you know, the end of the kind of growing season. So that is my dashboard tour. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. I know I didn't really go in depth about the actual like setup of this, but I am down to do all the Notion content that you guys want. So if you want a more in-depth tutorial about how I created this, or maybe if you just want like a template of this to use yourself, let me know. But next week, we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty. We're gonna be looking through the books and finding documentaries, finding YouTube videos that are gonna correlate to each course. We're gonna be building out the curriculum, building out the modules, setting out assignments for those. It's gonna be a lot of work, but to me, this is fun and I'm so excited about this. I'm really hoping that this system helps me to stay on track and actually commit to this in the new year. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe if you enjoy Notion content. I am gonna be doing a tutorial for how to actually set up a book tracker, and that will have some of the more details about how to actually set up databases, set up the formulas, set up the properties, things like that. So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.